Now to another story. The House of Representatives has passed a bill for an act to amend the provisions of the Electoral Act number 6, 2010, just 9 months to the general elections. The bill, which is different from that which the president refused to assent to, contains the legislation of the card reader, voting system, and safekeeping of the voters' register. What happens in the event of death of a candidate, among others, and does not contain the clause to reorder the election sequence. Let's now go to the presidential villa, where President Muhammadu Buhari earlier today signed the Not Too Young to Run bill into law. In a brief ceremony at the council chambers in Aso Rock Villa, President Muhammadu Buhari said it is an opportunity for the youth to make their marks on the political scene. The law reduces the age qualification from president from 45 to 35, House of Representatives from 30 to 25, and State House of Assembly membership from 30 to 25, with that of governors and senators left at 35. Well, reactions have continued to trail the signing of that bill. The main opposition party, the PDP, has come out to say, well, in a tweet from the party's publicity secretary, it reads, and I quote, on behalf of the NWC of the official PDP in Nigeria, I congratulate Honorable Tony Nwulu for doggedly bringing the Not Too Young to Run bill into law. This bold initiative is in line with the vision of the PDP, which has always provided an enabling environment for our youth to participate. That is from the PDP. And the United Nations envoy's tweet reads, it says that words cannot say how excited all of us are for the young people of Nigeria. The leadership, strategy, and commitment of Tiaga is being a treat to watch, and I'm sure all young people globally are as inspired as I am. The real struggle starts now as we are #not too young to run. The United States mission in Nigeria also tweeted, saying congratulations to Nigerian youth as Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari signs the Not Too Young to Run bill into law. The U.S. supports a free, fair, and inclusive political process in Nigeria that includes the voices of the young people, women, and the disabled. The Senate President also in its statement described this signing as historic. The statement reads, Nigeria needs the energy and innovation of our young people. On this note, he says, I congratulate Yaga and other groups that champion this cause for more youth inclusion. I also commend my colleagues in both the Senate and the House for making sure that this bill passed its first milestone during the Constitution review process. End of quote. That's from the Senate President. Well, then one of those who have reacted to this, this bill is one of those who have had his eye. If this perhaps is not signed, he may not have the opportunity to say he wants to run for the #1 office in the land. We have joining us, okay, that is his tweet. He says, and it's Adamu Garba. He said, while signing the Not Too Young to Run bill into law, President Buhari affirms his desire to trust the Nigerian youth to lead Nigeria as a presidential aspirant who falls within the age bracket. I call upon all Nigerians to rally around my candidacy to bring this law to reality in 2019. So we have joining us in Lagos here, Mr. Adamu Garba, a presidential aspirant, and from our Abuja studio is one of the members of the Not Too Young to Run campaign and a staff of YAGA, the advocacy organization that saw these through. Cynthia Mbamalu from our Abuja studio, thank you so much for joining us on the program, Cynthia and Mr. Garba. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let me begin with how you receive these. For example, if the president has not signed this bill, your hope would have been dashed.
Yes, definitely. It will have been, but it shows that Nigeria now is back to its primary constituency. Because if you check the history of evolution of the country as it is, from the beginning, Sir N.X. Ekoli, Sir Abraham Akinsonya, and Kofa Abayomi, all of them were in their 30s when they started the motion for Nigerians' independence. And the people that took over the independence, our founding fathers, were young people, and the country was very effective. When we had a military coup, the next set that came in, they were also very young people. And the country was very, very effective. Now, we have a duty it means that Nigeria is now back to its own primary constituency, which is the generation for which that always drives the success of the project called Nigeria. Now, what we need to do is the 7 million people that lost their job, we need to come and embrace our policies that can be able to give them opportunity to be able to be engaged again. Like in our own proposal, we have what is called the From Farm to Factory. From Farm to Factory is a policy that ensures that we harness the power of agriculture back to industrialization so that we can power manufacturing and give more jobs. And so many other policies that I have personally worked on for the past 12 years, building my capacity to make sure that when I lead this country, I drive it to greatness. And what we need to do is for all of us, the Nigerian youths, to come together this time around to see to the fact that we deliver one of the greatest countries in the world, in Nigeria.
You're 36 this year?
Yes, I'll be 36 by June.
Okay, so you just narrowly entered into well, the bracket which allows for it. So for you, you think that this is a the step in the right direction? Because a lot of people will ask the question, the age is not even the issue. Do you think it is?
It's not the issue. That's why I told you personally, I have to work for 12 years building capacity to make sure that I have capacity to lead this country.
So you have the capacity?
Absolutely. Because I was able, at this age, build a company that employ up to 45 people that run for almost 10 years now in existence in Nigeria.
So you're going to leave all of that to go into politics?
Because country is the most important. We have 200 million consumers that are having no direction in the future of their country. So it is our responsibility to come and write this collective vision for all of them.
Are you
so
married?
That we can have,
are you married?
Yes.
Okay, great.
4 children.
Yeah, that's a good point, because the family unit is one place to lead, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it gives us the very good step to move forward. But just a moment. Let me ask Cynthia Mbamalu, I must say congratulations to you and your team, because you stood at the very front in this campaign and the advocacy to make this happen. So now the bill has been signed into law. Is it the end of the road?
Of course, it's not the end of the road. This, for us, is history being made. But beyond that is one thing to have the bill signed, another thing to get young people in government, and that is the next phase of the campaign. Start launching the under the Ready to Run movement to start identifying young people in different communities and with different capacities that can run for different offices in 2019. But I think what is important for us is that yes, the bill has been signed into law, but now next level of advocacy and engagement with the political parties, because currently these political parties are the only platform through which leaders emerge in Nigeria. And for us, if parties don't promote internal party democracy, for instance, if the parties' primaries are not transparent to enable groups, young people to aspire and run effectively as candidates, to emerge as candidates, then it's still a big issue. And that is why at the signing today, one of our demands to the president is one, as the president of Nigeria and as a leader within his political party, to start influencing policies within the parties that create an enabling space for young aspirants within the parties to run for to emerge as candidates within the parties. And that begins from how parties start adopting affirmative actions and positive measures to enable and encourage and inspire and create space for young people to run for office. And the Not Too Young to Run bill, interestingly, united young people across different political ideologies and parties, and both ethnic and religious lines. And I see different parties also rejoicing with the passage of the bill, and we're saying, well, it's one thing to rejoice with the passage of the bill. Now it's time for parties to start telling young people that, yes, we actually want to create a space for youth to participate within the parties. But for young people,
if I may quickly come in here, Cynthia, quickly, you were side by side with the president today, and you look through the papers as it was signing across the dotted lines, the bill today. And for you as a young person, how does it come to you? Because this is perhaps across party lines, people united for this cause. What exactly resonated with you and your group today, earlier today, when you were with the president, the #1 citizen of the country today, when he signed the bill?
I think for us, it was a very emotional moment, and we're all still very excited, and really we're just sitting and reflecting. But I think what was important for us is that Nigeria, there is hope. That we can't keep thinking that there is no hope within this country, because there is actually hope. And that the hope of Nigeria, the hope for this country, is with us young people. Because for the first time, a youth-led movement led by young people from different states, across different. We were not thinking about what religion or ethnic group we belong to, or political party we belong to. We had one goal, one value: youth political inclusion. And we kept on our message, and we kept organizing, and we kept pushing for our bill to be passed. And that, for me, signifies or symbolizes what Nigeria is and what Nigeria should be moving forward. That beyond our differences and diversities, that there is actually power in our unity, because when we unite as one voice, and when we speak with one voice, we actually do achieve our purpose. And that is a lesson for not just as a Nigerian, but as a Nigerian, that we need to start organizing around issues that we care about as citizens.
Mr. Mbamalu, we need to take a breather at this point, but when we come back, the big question for everyone, youth and the old, is going to be, what is next beyond the signing of this bill into law in 2019? Will the youth stand up? That's next.